Bitcoin getting a nice pump to the upside. Let's get it in. I got to see what's happening over here on the charts. Shout out to each and every one of you. Look at this short squeeze here on BOOKMAP. Bang, bang, bang. Let's get the action started. You know, when the Crypto Liver shows up, Bitcoin likes to pump. I don't know why, but it just is what it is. Wow, I love that intro. Shout out to everybody here. Bitcoin getting a bit of a short squeeze here. Let's get it in. Shout out to everybody here on the morning. Appreciate each and every one of you. 10:10. I guess I'm 3 minutes late, 10:13. God bless each and every one of you. Let's put the lemon into the water. Boom, ba-doom, boom. Let's stay, you know, decalcify that pineal. Let's get ourselves hydrated. It's the best thing you can do every single morning. I worked out this morning to the point where the sweat was just dripping. My wife was next to me working out. It felt so amazing on this beautiful July day. What, July 25th? Almost August. This summer is drifting away till we get to September 21st, the first day of autumn. So shout out to each and every one of you. Let me take a big sip of the water. We're going to have a big task ahead of us to go over Bitcoin, altcoins, the DXY. We're going to see what's brewing in the markets. Bitcoin getting a nice little pump to the upside. We'll take a look. Was it that 15-minute? We're going to break it down for you right now. You can tell my body really needed the juice. Let's break it down. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button. Let's other people know to jump on in. Let's the algorithm know that the people watching the stream are liking what they're watching. They're not just watching it, they're actually partaking in it. The algorithm's all about serving up ads, doing the right thing, so then it serves up the ads, keeps the channel going. I'm relevant, you're relevant. We get to stay here together. So shout out to each and every one of you. I'll do my part. I'll show up every single day. You do your part. And together, we will make it happen every single day. Shout out to my pops. RIP to my dad, man. God bless you, Dad. I love you more than you would ever know. Anyway, could make it look like a pin or something, but. So, for the people that do or did not know, and I do mention it, but my dad passed away May 2nd. Still can't believe it. The person that was with me my whole life. Sad some days I just want to give him a call and say what up. But I send all that love back to my mom now. And give my mom all the attention and love. And, you know, I look for the best things I can in life out of everything that happens. And I turn every single tragedy into some type of movement. I gain positivity out of every single behavior because God put us on this earth to learn. And we don't know the answers for everything that happens, but we can seek the truth in everything, and we can begin to learn inside of that. I'm watching at a cash network. I'd recently put it out inside of this trend line here, and this was our buy zone, and it did break up for 20% gains. You know, congrats to anyone that took gains on that setup. It banged to the upside, but I like this consolidation, and I like what I'm seeing on this oversold 4-hour time frame. So no guarantees here at all. It's just something that's starting to show signs to me of a possible move further to the upside. I like this bullish consolidation. I spy with my little eye something that may hit the sky. I guess I should, you know, or should fly, whatever. But this is something on my radar. I did post it to the trading group. I'm personally not in the trade right now. Waiting. I'd like to see it consolidate more or even break out and retest this top line here at 65 cents would be a really nice and juicy entry. That would be the best way to jump on in. AGLD, remember, took huge gains, got sold off all the way. Always use a stop loss on these volatile coins. All right, just want to make that clear. All right. Shout out to everybody here that's trading Bitcoin. We took a nice gainer in the trading group yesterday. It was beautiful. I took a nice little scalp on the 5-minute chart, in and out, 5% gain. I took about 5.6% gain, something like that, on Bitcoin. Shout out to anyone that jumped on in. People were trading some other stuff too. I saw some shorts going on, and but let's break it down. Let's look at BTC like we do every single morning and talk about it. It was the bullish megaphone. Was it or was it not? It was, right? And we were just hanging out at the edge. And eventually we did lose the edge of the bullish megaphone, right? Then remember yesterday, I called the short out of the, descending triangle that was right there. It hit the target, came back up, got bought back up, right? And then this morning, we were on the 15-minute chart. And I was saying, does the 15-minute make a right shoulder? Or can it pump up and break this previous high? I said, let's see if the 15-minute. The 1 hour doesn't look good, but see, this is my thing. I used to play the 1 hour chart only, right? When I first started learning the indicators, and I would open up a short or a long on the 1 hour, and then I'd lose, or it would go down a little bit before it went up. And eventually, so one of my friends said, did you check the 15, or someone I was trading with? And I was like, why would I check the 15? So I checked the 15 and noticed a lot of times I was entering low stochastic trades in the 1 hour, but the 15-minute was oversold. And that's kind of how my strategy was built. Then I began connecting multiple time frames together, back testing, and just kept reliving the same ideas over and over again, watching them play out, and then I began to learn. So a lot of my style is based off time, multiple time frames, and how the stochastics interact. The stochastics RSI interact with each other on multiple time frames. So it can be confusing at first when you first watch my style, because I'll be like, I'm bullish on the 1 hour, but I got to go out, and you'll be like, what is he doing? Once you start using my style and you get a sense of what's going on, it starts to make sense. And you're like, oh, okay. And it shouldn't be perfectly easy, because anything that simple and easy to figure out, anyone could do. I have to be, so my style has to be somewhat complex for you to learn. Otherwise, right? It comes with the territory. So today in my trading group, I was like, well, I'm short right now because Bitcoin can't get above the previous high. I said, but I would not open up a short until the 15-minute comes up and begins to bend. I said, let's see. If it bends and we're here and we make a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder here, I said, let's look for the right shoulder. If we make a right shoulder, we'll take the short. I said, but the 15-minute may push up and break the highs. I said, at the end of the day, we need to break this high here at 29,369 to remain bullish, So let me slap on the moving averages here. And and then that divergence that we show you, which actually is even on the 15-minute, which is, when it's on the 15-minute, it's pretty strong. But there's your swing up, and we called that yesterday right as it happened. Talked about that being probably the bottom for the day, and we were correct. Had you opened up a long there, eventually it would have paid off. You'd be in the gains right now had we opened up the long yesterday in the live, And so, this was a little falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. And you had low stochastic. So whenever I just trade the simple setup, you get a bit of a move. You know what I mean? So you long the 50 in low stochastics, MACD, right? I did not trade it. I was waiting to see what would happen. I want to see this break up. Also, tight moving averages. We could pump up to the 200 SMA. Another thing that I mentioned to the trading group. You have the 200 SMA. The moving averages are tight. A lot of times you pump up right there to that area. So. And these are the things these are the strategies you're going to learn with me if you stick with me every single day. You're going to understand, moving averages are tight. 200 SMA is outlier. You flip this upside down and you'll be shorting down to the 200, the same type of stuff. Okay. And you can flip upside down. You can learn charts backwards, forwards. There's so much to learn inside the charts. It'll enamor you. You'll be fully enamored in the charts once you let them take over your brain. So yeah, now we watch the 15-minute. 21 days a little far after that nice pump to the upside. Took out, short liquidity. So we'll take a look at BOOKMAP. Still the bar up here, 29.8, suggests that we may come up and touch that area. It is closer than this bar of liquidity. We do have some whales that want to buy down at 28,500. All right. Today I'll be on the BOOKMAP webinar. There's a webinar for BOOKMAP. Today I'll be there today I believe from 1 o'clock to 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Every week, I'll be on BookMap's webinar. So check me out there at BookMap, 1 to 2 p.m. every single week. Love to see you there. Love to have you there. So that's going to be exciting. So I'll stream again today for another hour, if you can believe that. But it's all BookMap all the time. You know, last time I went for an hour, maybe it goes for a half an hour to 45 minutes, something like that. You know what I mean? So if you want to learn more about BookMap and really get into BookMap, go to the BookMap YouTube channel right now and subscribe. Let's go find that together. Type in BookMap. All right. And there's a bunch of different ones. Make sure we're at the right one. It's this one right here, BookMap. All right. And they're streaming live right now too. Live order flow and analysis. But look, you hit live here and see right there, notify me. That's going to be today at 1 p.m. All right. And I'll be live on BookMap today. All right. So we're going to watch this flag here on the 15-minute with the 1 hour coming, the 200 SMA, 21 SMA coming to price action. I want to see that come in touch. And, you know, there's a chance we could flag out again here, reset the stochastics, and get him further moved to the upside. So that's kind of where we stand. And price action usually likes to get rejected once it hits this 200 SMA. So if we can make this flag, you'd be looking for another move up a little more. I got this new fan on. I think the fan is stirring up dust. That's why now I'm trying to think why I had such a sneeze attack the other day. The fan was stirring up dust. Makes sense. We were gone for a week. No one used the house, right? Sit still, then the fan comes out. Excuse me. Anyway, so that's where we stand. I say we stay flat and sideways till price action can come in crunch, you know, and price action's in that crunch between the 21 and the 200 SMA. All right, usually it bounces off the 21 and hits the 200. I've seen this hundreds of times. You've seen it on the channel if you've watched me a lot. So let's jump on into the chat. Haven't taken a look at the chat yet today. I was about to make sure, am I even live? You know what I mean? I didn't send the link out to the group like I usually do. Let me take a look here. Dude, the workout was out of control today. It took a lot out of me. The last 2 days, my workouts have been hardcore, man. I'm like, I do workouts that like make me want to throw, like literally they make me want to puke, man. It's so insane. No idea why I do it that crazily, but it is what it is, you know. And follow me at x.com. I can't believe we're going to say that. Follow me at x.com, man. People are like, yo, I didn't go to your live. Like, you didn't post a link. And I'm always like, man, come on. I'm always live. I'm like YouTube. I'm long as the days. All right, everyone, we have a new newsletter coming out, too, that's going to be awesome. All right. I want you to check it out if you can. It's another cool thing. Got a lot to talk about today. But we do a lot of stuff here at the Crypto Lifer team. All right. And so, like, if you were to click the link today, which we don't want to create a feedback loop here. But, and where should we? We could even put it, yeah, right here. Insight newsletter sign up. Hit this link. Takes you to this awesome link here. Place where you can sign up for a newsletter. All right. Put your name, last name, birthday. Let us know who you are. And you're going to get an awesome newsletter that we're going to write every single week, giving you kind of insight, data, and information. All right. Kind of a little window into what we do also in the trading group, too. So if you're not in the trading group, you can kind of dabble with who Sam Price is in the Crypto Lifer team. Sign up today. I'd greatly appreciate it. What I'll do is I'll put that link right into the comment section here. And yeah, if you want to jump on in, let me know. Let me know. All right. Sign up to that newsletter today. We'd greatly appreciate it. And you're going to get some awesome information. We'll also probably do some like key little, you know, some cool little stuff to people that do sign up that you won't have access to anywhere else. So check that out. Hit that EP URL. It's a safe link. All right. The emojis won't let me. I have to type right now because I want to. The emojis won't let me. There you go. Pin a message. That's one typo thing or mess up there. Right? Maybe I made it longer. All right. Shout out to the 368 people on the live. 41 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Tomorrow we have Fed meeting with the watch tool. 98% that we're going to get that hike. So that's something that's coming for sure. Probably guaranteed. I believe it's baked in. I still believe we get massive volatility tomorrow, up and down. I believe it's going to be pretty crazy. Good morning, Lifer family. God bless you, Brandon. 2181, my man in the house. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you for jumping on into the live and calling yourself a crypto lifer. All right. So Bitcoin, I see it pumping up to the 200 SMA on this 15-minute time frame. Let's give it some time. And that's kind of my call for Bitcoin for the next couple hours. All right. Bigger time frames are still intact as we're above the 200 SMA on the 3-day, right? On the weekly. We're closer than we were before. Maybe we get a bounce off the 200. 21 crossing and at 50 about to cross the 200. And I back tested whenever the 3-day 21 simple crossed the 200 SMA, big things happen, you know? So that's a good sign that Bitcoin's just kind of stumbling around, finding its way, and could end up making a bigger move to the upside too as well. So could be making this bigger idea here. See, maybe we have this trend line and it could be even a little more sharp, but something like this. And we could come down and bounce off of 27,009, 28,000 area here, touch that 200 SMA, and then be on our merry way back to the upside. So thank you, Troy, for signing up. I appreciate it. God bless you. Justin Cashmore in the house. He knows how to get more cash. His name is Justin Cashmore. Shout outs for the best crypto influencer, Mr. Sam Price. Thank you, Mathematics in the house. God bless you. Ian Diaz in the house. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go. This ain't your average channel. Let's do this, baby. Let's go. It's Tuesday. I know it's a beautiful day. I know it's July. Most people are probably out. Their kids are out of school. It's not as easy. Trading is tight, but this is the time to pay attention to the market. This is the time to be in the markets. This is the time to make it happen. All right? I'm serious. I know it's my business, so of course I'm going to say that, but at the same time, I do it because I care about people and I want them to change their lives. Changing your life, you have to go against the grain. You have to be in things when no one else is paying attention. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking this financial advice. But the early bird gets the worm in every story that I read growing up. You know what I mean? Including that story about the bird that got the worm. You know? Anyway, but the whole point is, you pay attention when people aren't paying attention. Right? You go for gold when people are looking for something else, so like when no one was trading MEXC, we were. Now everyone wants MEXC. It's the hottest thing in the game. Now they have zero spot maker and taker fees. When we started, they had fees, right? And they may enhance, the fees may come back at one point. I don't know when. Maybe they don't. They have never told me yes or no. It's not, I don't know that stuff, but zero spot maker and taker fees, zero futures maker fees, and 1% taker fee. It's unbelievable. Lowest fees in the game. You basically pay zero fees to dollar cost average into your favorite coins during a bear market. I don't, and you could trade futures seamlessly by moving up your stop loss on screen. I absolutely love their futures program. I just love everything about MEXC Global. Link is right here in the pinned comments. Sign up today. It'll blow your mind. All right. And link to my trading group. You would have found out how to trade, you would have looked at what was going to happen to Bitcoin today. You could have looked to know not to short until the 15-minute, and you wouldn't have been liquidated. A bunch of people would have shorted the market based on the 1-hour time frame, but they didn't know how to look at the 15-minute. But my update this morning would have had you at a low. All right, so bang, bang, bang. So here's my bigger picture. So far, I'm not panicking unless we break out this low, we take this low out. We're still in a beautiful uptrend. There's really no way to panic on the bigger time frame, on the micro scale, right? On the smaller time frames, I see some bearishness, bullishness. We're paddling around. It's not amazing, right? And so we're back to just watching this flag on the 15th. It could give it up and fall back inside the pattern. If that's the case, then there's a chance this could break back down to the downside. and we could still hold this target, right? But as long as we stay outside, that's slipping right now to 29.245, right? And what I've noticed too is they're just going after the leverage traders hard, right? I got this nice little indicator that shows us when people are getting liquidated. And wow, I mean, before it's pretty even now. Tells me that they still, they could liquidate either way, really. They could take their pick of the litter. The 100X, the 50X, the 25, you're pretty consolidated on either side of the board, short and long. You see that? So market maker can really kind of go either way. He'd probably go both. Usually in that case, he goes both ways. Up and down, left and right. Try to get as many people confused as possible. So tomorrow's going to be Fed day, which makes today one of those kind of a day where people watch someone on a cliff. So there's going to be a lot of people speculating and just watching the market. You're going to have lower volume. You have to understand these ideas. Pre-Fed day has its own tendencies that we've watched on this channel many times, right? I've learned them with you. So these aren't things that just I don't make up the rules. We learn the rules together. That's the beauty of this channel. We're both on the journey. If I had 1K to long, one token for the whole bull run, which one do you believe in? I can't tell you what to do, man. You do whatever makes you happy. I talk about the coins that I like every single day. Just keep watching my channel and you'll see what I like, and it's up to you. You do whatever makes you happy, though. I can't really tell you what to do. Can't wait to stack more AGIX under 19 cents. If AGIX goes up, I'm with you 100%. If we get those low prices. So Bitcoin slumping off, just kind of, and again, it has to come back down to this 21 SMA before it could do anything. Possibly tiny retest on the 5. You're hoping for some type of retest here. 15-minute not looking amazing. And this is chop, right? We got that move to the downside. We got a couple moves here to the upside. We're still trading it, but it's still chop. You got to know what you're doing. I just used 25x leverage to gain about 5% yesterday. And it's funny, I posted on my Twitter account gains, man. It still feels good. And he goes, the market's, he goes, it's a tough market when it feels good to use 25x leverage to get 3%. And I thought it was funny. I was like, you know what? He ain't wrong. You know what I mean? Dude, this is crazy, right? Going to X, we're at x.com now. So weird. No more Twitter, no more little bird, it's x.com, man. Pretty nuts, right? We're in crazy times. I've been on Twitter since 2011. It's a long time. You know what I mean? XDC continues to move, getting a low amount of tweets, but still getting some love. And we had XDC in the trading group too for gains. So thank you so much for the $21 in chat revenue. God bless you. We appreciate that. Thank you so much for jumping on in. What's this music called? It's like house music, deep house. Deep house. Yeah. Remember Eddie House used to play for the Celtics? No, I'm just... Power of the X. I know, it is kind of funny, right? So I'm looking at this short on Phantom. If Bitcoin takes the plunge, this short for Phantom is going to pump to the upside, possibly another 13% gains. Put it out last night. It's up about 3% from when I first put it out. So it didn't lose. You know what I mean? And it's in a flag that's breaking out. 1 hour is pushing to the upside. See what happens here. So if Bitcoin does lose some stance there and continues to dump, this will continue to pump. All right. All the 3S tokens here on KuCoin will do damage. The 3S tokens also on MEXC, and you can open up a short the same way as well on MEXC Global. So you do whatever makes you happy, but that is what it is, right? Let's get the likes up to the watchers, baby. Let's do this. Let's do this. Man, what a blessing it is to be alive. Every single day, you make your life your reality, right? You form your reality through how you feel and how you think. The outside world's going to change. Things are going to happen. It's going to be so many things that affect the way you feel. That's why working out is so key. I wake up every morning, I work out. It brings these endorphins into my body, and I work out right before the live stream. I finish my workout, I get into the shower, and I hit this live stream, so I'm right in that pocket. I'm right in that spot, you know? Taking care of the mind, the body, the soul, right? The mental. The physical helps the mental by, People say I'm depressed. I can't get out of bed. I can't do this. It's time to work out. It's time to start moving. It's time to get the endorphins going. It's time to change the way you feel about yourself so you can change the way you look at the world. And you do that. Literally, there's a chemical. Your brain is full of chemicals. You have to take control of that chemical. There may be an imbalance. There may be something happening. We cannot be victims to the world around us, right? Trying to take control of our subconscious mind. Again, subconscious mind theory. I really dove deep into that, and I learned that through my subconscious mind, I could create my reality. And I wasn't going to have to live in other people's thought processes. And it doesn't mean, if there's a red light, it's a red light. You don't create reality your own way, but you live the life in which you want to live. You go down the path in which you want to go down. You don't go down the path others have made for you. You forge your own path. You know what I mean? And so that's just the key, that's the key to life, in my humble opinion. All right, thank you. God bless you, baby. I just want to know. I know you're calling somebody. I heard a male voice in the phone, babe. I wanted to know what it was. I heard a male voice in the phone. I knew she was doing something. I'm going to start spinning the stream every morning for my new routine. Spinning it, baby. Looking for the UPS to deliver my new spin bike right now. That's pretty awesome, man. Sam, can you talk about copy trade on MEXC, please? Thank you. I don't know. I never use it. X could be the number 10 or hugs. XO. Yeah, it can mean a bunch of things. I think it could mean even more than that. So let's take a look here at the DXY inside of a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, but they can break up parabolically, right? 1 hour is getting overbought. We're looking for this rejection here, and there's a very strong bearish divergence. Ooh, that's funny. I got stuck on the other side. Come back over here. Look at it. I left this little piece. But look, that's a swing down while that's a swing up. That tells me this is likely going to dump, especially as the 21 gets further away from the 200 SMA. I see a dump for this dollar back out of this rising wedge to the downside. It's highly likely. You wouldn't catch me opening up a long when stochastics are getting towards the dotted line. We have bearish divergence, right? Looks like lack of bullish momentum. And we also have a rising wedge, and we're at a resistance too. So we want to see this 1 hour breakdown. We'll know by the end of today kind of how this starts to move as we go sideways or start to fall. We want to see the retest, and we want to see the breakdown to 99. We want to lose this $100 level for the dollar index. Okay. So that's what we're seeing. That could help the cause of BTC. It really, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, right? Let's take a look at the regular markets, the futures, S&P futures. What have they been up to? What are they doing? Wow, all the way to 45.87. They've been skyrocketing to the upside. And what's interesting is, since we drew this, right? See this, I guess I call it a symmetrical triangle. It was an ascending triangle because it had a flat top. But look, it hits the target, which I would take the whole length of this diagonal move here. Boom, right? And then we flagged it out recently. It pumped up a little more. For me, it has to eventually go into some type of flag, but it broke this beautiful resistance, used it as a retest very close, and bounced away. Now it just has to get through this resistance, and it can continue to the upside. Very, very interesting here. So I'd like some sideways price action while the daily resets. Not too shabby. And then when I looked at the really small time frame, like the 1 hour, I saw myself in a bit of another flag here. And that's pretty bullish for the S&P. So S&P looks bullish to me. They got to start printing more and more money, raise that debt ceiling, or just got rid of it altogether. Just insane, right? So I'd be watching this flag on the S&P. It looks like it could make a nice pump to the upside, even possibly today into the afternoon. Your 15-minute will kind of be your catalyst. Might take a couple more hours because the 15 minutes a little high, consolidating. I even see kind of a shoulder ahead and a bit of a right shoulder there. That's interesting to me. So the S&P looks very bullish. And it's not as correlated to Bitcoin as it used to be. It's actually the least correlated as it's been. But, you know what I mean? So, copy trade is a cop out. Take responsibility for your own system. Good morning, friend. Shout out to Darth Dude 73. We love you. You're a true lifer. But, you know, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings either. Let's be nice. But I got you. Benjamin Button. Sam, can you talk about it? We love you, Benjamin Button. James Armstrong in the house. Mr. Kennedy. Shout out to all the beautiful souls on the live. 470 people. Keep hitting that like button. You're going to keep getting people here. There used to be 3 people on my live. 2 people on my live. You guys got me to another level. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. May God bless you all for just having a wonderful day. Being positive and beautiful people. What I do is I look through the markets. We go through the bigger macro ideas, but then we look through tiny altcoins all day long. And we look for the movement. Volume on Wild is wild. Interesting. Oh, you mean on WorldCoin? Who cares, man? You know why? Because it's controlled by VCs that are going to pump the price behind them. Yeah, just stay away from that coin. Bitcoin looks for fair value. Will we see 20K? That's the question. Let's take a look at a bigger time frame here. And, you know, that's a question I'm asking myself. So I ask you, you know, you think we'll see 20,000? I'm just, you know, I would like to make the live stream ask questions that, you know, most people would ask. So they come to the live stream to get that answer, you know. So what's the bearish case? Let's be the most bearish as we can. Let's be El Capo for the day. All right. Bitcoin's at a resistance, clear as day, because it had a support, resistance. You short resistance all day long, and it has a bearish divergence from the 8 day all the way to the weekly. Really, it's, you know, it's got a bearish dip. That's a bit of an M pattern double top, which should break to the downside. So the M should complete, and then it would move the length of this to this, and we would hit back to this point of control at about 18,008, 19K, 18,800, somewhere in 19K region. We retest 19K. If we retest 19K, man, I would be like ecstatic. I'll be honest. I would gobble up one, maybe even 2 more. I would gobble up a lot more Bitcoin right there at that level. So I'd get excited. I believe it gets bought out pretty fast. So my idea is this, do we make this, we starting to form this ascending triangle, and then we're going to come back and bounce. 26,007, 27,000. Do we wick to that area? So this is what I'm starting to pay attention to. All right. And this is kind of where it all begins to build here for BTC on the bigger time frame. Now bearishness is no, that's not happening. We're making an M pattern. We have bearish divergence, and we're going to begin to drop, and we're going to take a nasty spill down. And we have support at 24,800, and that's going to be our level. And if we lose that, we're likely to get through the chunk all the way down to 20K. So I'm just showing you like the weekly, the 8-day chart, just kind of the bigger ideas here. And the bearishness is that we come down and test these levels, and that this starts to curve down and we dump hard. Okay? Just going over the bear scenario. This is some type of like rising, broadening wedge, which, by default breaks to the downside, 68% of the time. So do we bounce, come back up? So there's a whole, now am I bearish or bullish? I'm neither. I believe we're headed towards the halving. I know these are the macro times to buy Bitcoin at the lowest prices possible. That's what I believe to be very true based on statistical analysis on my technical analysis. Like using the statistics of my technical analysis, it tells me that these are the best prices to get for Bitcoin. Anywhere between 15,000 and 30,000. And we were already in the sweet spot, and we may not enter those sweet spots again. So I'm more saying this. It's usually really hard to buy the bottom. There's a lot of fear involved in it, and most people can't do it. And there was heavy fear back here on the crypto fear and greed index. And sorry about 1 second here. And that was our chance to scoop up BTC on the low here. So if we get back inside these regions and we get the fear to get back in here, by all means, you will see me open up the walleta and grab more BTC in mass in way bigger moves than I am recently. So right now, Bitcoin's just kind of in a flag that had like a fake out to the upside and came back down. If it can hold this trend line, it's really nothing to worry about. So it may even start to bounce from here. It's very oversold on the daily time frame. Very, very oversold. So we do see the bearish div even slightly here on the daily. Not really though. You have to go, no, not that great on the daily. It's on the bigger time frames though, which is substantial. But say the daily pumps out, it'll nullify that divergence on the bigger time frames. So I just wanted to kind of give you the picture, you know. And then the other bearish scenario is like you got yourself a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, and you're gonna break down here too. And all roads point to like 17K, you know. So that's why I go one day at a time, one step at a time, every 5 hours, one level at a time. You know, for us to do this, we'd have to lose 27.3, then we'd have to lose this trend line, then we'd have to break 24.5. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to this game. It doesn't happen like that, you know. We will have some tumultuous moments where we could drop 1,000 at a time here and there, but usually not $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 at a time. But you know, I shouldn't say that because you'll never know. Second I say that, Bitcoin plummets by 10 grand. You know what I mean? But you just never know. You never know. So I don't know if the music's a little too loud for people. Let's get the likes up to the watchers, baby. Let's go. This ain't your average YouTube channel all the way up, baby. Every single day I show up to prove to you that consistency will win, that we can beat back the algorithms, that we can make it happen, that we can create the strongest, best, most positive community in the game. There's people that are depressed, people that can't get out of their own way, people that aren't feeling great. We can be the guiding light to those people. We can help them move. We can help them push. We can help them find their new way. You know what I mean? We can be those people for them every single day. We can be the strong ones. There was days when I went on YouTube to look for a mentor or someone else that could get me motivated, that could get me going. Now I'm that person. Now I have found my way. I used to dream. I was like, I'm going to work out every day. I was like, I know exactly how to be the most perfect person. Not perfect, but you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to work out every day. I was like, I'm going to be in charge of my life. And I'd say it, and like a month would go by, and I was like, man, you said you were going to work out, and you never did again. Like, you kind of half did it. Something changed. I met a friend, too. I met a good person that changed my life and told me how important working out was and how I had to include it into my lifestyle if I wanted to be happy, really, mentally, and, you know, free and just in charge of my body. And working out really is, I think it's part of trading as well. So look, Bitcoin, nice pump to the upside, gave it all back. You know, careful trading days before Fed meetings. They're going to use the uneasiness of the market to play games. That's why I say wait for the price action to touch the 21. Price action could have went sideways and touched the 21. Would have been a more bullish sign, right? To then trade bullishly. Now, I could still break out of this falling wedge once it resets, but you know, it's back inside the pattern now. It was a bull trap. It tried to break out of this ascending triangle. You're back inside of the ascending triangle again. You know, it's a 50-50 pattern. And usually when you come into it bearishly, it's more bearish, you know? So like when you drop down into it, otherwise when you come up into it. We still have the 200 SMA looming. We could eventually get back to it. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow price action just wanted to drag itself back up, because I've seen how magnetic this can be. But again, that you know, only time will tell here. So Bitcoin getting flat like a panini over here, you know. And the 1 hour doesn't look good at all, right? It just eventually, I feel it's going to roll over on us. And it's looking to me like it could roll over pretty nastily. That could even have been a good short right up into this area, right? BOOKMAP, which is a heat map order book, which is kind of, it's like using infrared goggles on the order books. It shows 28.6 with a big fat order to buy Bitcoin too. So, you know, a lot of times I just look for my bearish pattern. I look for my areas and my targets, and then I can see, wow, well, Bitcoin saying that area also is interesting. And I always find it so funny how, look, it's 28,005 for me. What does BOOKMAP have? 28,005. I'm just saying, right? Look, it's right there. Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think there's such thing. And so to me, either their bots are saying the same thing that I'm saying, or I'm trading like a bot. We lose this point of control in the 1 hour time frame. We drop to the value area low and even further down. If you see 28.5 later on today, do not be surprised. You know, and I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm saying it's a highly likely scenario based on what I'm seeing on the indicators today. So, and remember, I'm bullish when I need to be. I'm bearish. I just look at the charts. Overall, I am bullish on Bitcoin long term, for sure. I'm not going to ever hide that and claim, you know, I'm anti, you know, centralized financial systems that basically steal our data, launder money, do all sorts of horrible things, and then also try to control the narrative. I'm all about free, open money, and that's what Bitcoin does every day. So, you know, if trading my fib, my entry is 28,395, I'll miss that. You never know. You probably get a little wick down there. Perhaps some turbulence ahead. Takes around $20 million in sale of Bitcoin to drop Bitcoin 2% of the markets. So the government's $320 million is going to do some pretty serious damage. $20 million to bring the Bitcoin down to 2%? I don't think so. Bitcoin billion. But maybe you're right. Maybe you've done more data than me. I think it takes a little more money than that. All right. Okay. So, you know, and do I realistically think we see lower prices? You know, let's ask everyone on X.com. I'm going to start doing this more and just kind of feeling what it's more like. But, you know, do you see Bitcoin? Do you see Bitcoin going to 19K or 17K again? I just want to see what people say. Let me know in the tweet. I would greatly appreciate it. Smart idea. All right. Smart idea. So I do see some lower prices coming for BTC. All right. But I'll still do my daily diligence. And that's going to push the prices of Casper and some other things down a little bit too. You know, my main holdings. But I always just grab a little BTC every day. A little 250 bag. A little bit of BTC here. And just keep stacking it. Just keep stacking it. Just keep getting greedy with it. You know what I mean? Stay greedy while others are fearful. You know, and if we get fearful, that buy, you know, if we were in a nasty red candle day and that fear and greed index was all the way down in here, that buy would be 2,000. You know what I mean? I enhance the buy, I X the buy based on how much fear we have, you know. Did you say Caspa? We'll take a look at Caspa too, but, you know, the market will follow Bitcoin. As Bitcoin starts to slump, you know, so I'm looking at these 3S tokens for possible gains. So I started the stream with a 3S token. I normally don't do that. If I'm doing that, there's a reason. You know, might be like, huh, why is he saying that, right? So I'm watching this short here for Phantom, and the 1 hour looks like a nice move could be coming. Possibly 9% more gains coming, already up about 3% from last night when I first looked at it. And we'll see if this can continue to the upside. So if Bitcoin continues to slump, this will pump. All the 3S tokens will pump. 3S tokens are ETFs based on the altcoin. And basically, if the altcoin drops 10%, the 3S token will go up like 30%. You'll make some gains the other way. So that's just kind of what, you know, that's what I look for in the market. All right, things that I'm kind of going for. We've expanded the green screen. I should have a lot of room there. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, raise the roof, man. I'm not cut off. My arm doesn't disappear. No, that's exciting for me. Anyway, you may not understand, but, you know, I love Caspa. We love you, Justin. We love you, man. Shout out to Master Friend. And everybody, we have a amazing class taught every single Sunday. Let's get a banner made up for that, guys, and I'll put it out there so we can start kind of advertising a little more in the live. I'll ask Sean to get a banner done. Need a green room, full body action. I know, right? You want me to do like, you want me to swing from the rafters. You know what I mean? So I can like dive in on a helicopter. I get it, Jamie. I get it. Speaking of diving in, dive into ITrust Capital today. It's the #1 crypto platform IRA in America. You can transfer your previous IRA into it right now. You could buy and sell cryptocurrency tax-free inside of that IRA. Hit the QR code or the link below. They did sponsor the channel. I'm super excited about it. ITrust Capital, thank you so much for jumping on in and being a part of the Crypto Lifer team. We greatly appreciate it. And, you know, I only support things that I really appreciate and like. You know me. I don't show any nonsense on this show. I don't push coins that I don't know about. I'm very cautious even on a super chat if something looks a little weird to me. I love you, each and every one of you, and everything I show on this channel, I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the best information and the most secure data, as you know, and keeping you guys secure and safe. Not a trader, but I enjoy your videos and always learn something about crypto and life. Lifer with the dance moves. What kind of pump do you think Doge is going to have? I'm not sure, but it may have a pretty big one if XCAD continues and they start implementing some type of payment network. Master Friends class is awesome. See, Ken Mack is telling you, take class. With the amount of bad news that Bitcoin has endured all year, it would have to be a serious black swan to go under 20K. Highly, highly recommend Master Friends Sunday class after you've joined the 99 and took the beginner's course. A beautiful day for everyone. Blessed day. Stay safe. Shout out to Sammy A. Shout out to Matt Ski. Shout out to Jamie, Zeno, Crypto Fever, and everybody here on the live. We love you. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's go, baby. What do I got to do? Do I got to reach through the screen and come to your house? Hit that like button, baby. Come on. 542 beautiful souls. 268 likes. Let's go. One time I was watching the stream with someone I really liked, and I forgot to hit the button. I honestly did it. I remember doing it. So I get it. You might forgot. It happens all the time. All right. I would blow my life savings if it goes under 20K again. I know. See that? So many people would open up. I mean, they say that, but then would they? You know, I'd be there. So I put my money where my mouth is. I'm ready to grind. Let's do this together. And I'm looking for Twitter up here, right? I'm looking for this blue, and then I'm like, no, it's x.com. It's like this dark black thing now. It's so crazy. Damn, man. Shout out to LeBron James. His son suffered cardiac arrest during practice. Like, that's just, like, unheard of. His dad's, like, the most fit dude in the world. I hope that's, like, Jesus. Prayer for him and his family, man. That's horrible. A kid suffering... I've never even heard of this stuff. Damn, man. Like, I thought, when I grew up, cardiac arrest was for, like, old men. You know what I mean? Like, all you are is, like, old dude died of car. You know what I mean? Like, wow, that's weird, man. Anyway, shout out to him and his family. Yeah, shout out to him and his family, man. That's wow. Moment of silence. May God bless each and every one of our kids here on the show today, and everyone that has a family, man. That's I don't like when any family gets any type of bad news, man. The family unit for all of us is important. Your unit is as important as my family unit. That's how society stays strong. So may God bless each and every one of you and your families. I'm here every day for my family. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, I work so hard for my family. So I appreciate everyone that supports me, because at the end of the day, you're supporting my beautiful young daughters and my hardworking wife. So thank you for all the support and all the love. As a small business owner out here, kicking butt every single day, working 7 days a week, 365 days a year, I appreciate you all. Guys, okay. Okay. Shout out to Love Learning and Master Friend. So Bitcoin is holding the zone here. You know, look, it's got this trend line that it doesn't seem to want to lose. We could extend that. Someone saying that could be a spider wick. It possibly could be, you know. We're also in this channel. Up, down, up, down. We're kind of forming a bit of a falling wedge now, you know. And there's a chance we break back to the top of the channel. So let's see what happens. Let's see if the 1 hour can withstand this dump. Because eventually the stochastic's going to reset. And that's just the only thing that I'm like really watching closely. Right? 50-minute coming back down. It in an attempt to look somewhat like a retest. And, you know, it technically is retesting this trend line. In my humble opinion. So we'll see. That would be crazy to call this a cup and handle. My mind said it out loud, but I was like, that's kind of nuts. But it's like this cup and this handle. Could break out. Wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world, but it's a bit of a, you know, bit of a reach, right? So shout out to Dave Roy. Shout out to Jesus Coronado. Shout out to Tony Rosas, Miami, baby. Man, what's up with Casper? Well, Casper should get a pullback after such a beautiful move. Up dang near 100% in the last few days. But, you know, it's consolidating nicely right now on the 15-minute time frame. So let's take a look. Let's see what happened here to Caspa. So Caspa was consolidating nicely in this giant, you know, right here. And I saw the cup and the handle, and I called along right there. And since then, it's up about 80 or something, like a beautiful percentage. Let's take a look. Messy right now. We're going to clean it all up again and go back from scratch. But it did go up 100% from when I first put it out. So 100% gains, and I put it out on like July 8th or 9th there. So, and it never hit a stop loss. I pointed out how it had an Adam and Eve double bottom. I went through the whole thing, right? You guys saw me buy back on the live stream at the 706 and inside the golden pocket. And I mean, I went through this whole entire explanation. Love you, Lifer. Thanks as always for the knowledge. God bless you, Tony. We love you too. And you're a man of great honor and a man of greatness. We love you, Tony. Thank you. So that's what happened. We got the move to the upside. Look at this beautiful bowl. You know, that's a rounded bottom is amazing. Rounded bottom usually tells you had fair value down here and people wanted to buy more. Now, the daily's overbought, right? Let's flip on the moving averages here. The daily's overbought. You'd be looking for some probably type of pullback, which to me, look, wouldn't that be a cup and a handle? And that would just show you a massive move further up. And I believe Caspa could make, you know, be 6 cents somewhere by late August. This is what this says, 6 cents somewhere into late August. Well, actually, not September, October. But that, I mean, hey, man. Sam and all in chat. Sam wanted to ask, what style of trading is best for a new trader? Trying to pay the bills, NFA. Number one, we don't try to pay the bills. We do pay the bills. All right. Number two, I personally, as a new trader, it's super important to have another side of income. And you should be trading, like, first you trade for a month, you know, or first you trade a little bit on the side while you have a job. Somehow then you ask for a day off a week or something. And that day you send all day trading in the group with a bunch of people. You get acclimated. And you slowly, it should, I personally believe, for me, and how I did it, and anyone can do it any way they want, it should take 2 to 3 years to slowly come off of that work paycheck that you're getting. Because, you know, unless you want to just go cold turkey and like live in I mean, if you have a lifestyle that you have, you know what I mean? So, and look, there's price discovery right there on the wicks. Casper's very close to price discovery. It may not even reset this much. The daily is resetting though. Something I'm just pointing out, the bigger time frame looks for a pullback, right? Let's go further back now into time. The 4 hour looks like it wants to just make a massive move. Like it's in a falling wedge, and it really wants to just break on out. So, I mean, that's an aggressive curve in the Stokes. A lot of times I do see a pump out of that. That's impressive. It's a bit of bearish divergence that did play out, but it took us to like right to support here, which we bounced off of. So, remember we had found this type of kind of flag here. We had played this flag and broke it up to the upside. It came right back down, you know, which is kind of strange market structure. But nonetheless, it now broke out of this falling wedge and it's pushing to the upside. 1 hour and 15 minute seem to be in some type of bullish consolidation. So if this hangs out, I mean, you got your 4 hour that really wants to move, right? So I'd be watching this flag to break out, possibly to 4-2. That would explode my Caspa bags to the upside like we would read about. That would be amazing. Could definitely happen. So I'd watch this closely. I'm going to actually start setting some alerts on this because I don't want to miss this. This is something I'd be looking to swing trade. Like I'd just throw an extra bag on it and swing trade it. Why not, right? So 377.03. Interesting for Casper. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for throwing down. Appreciate everybody that sent in a super chat tier deep dive. Let's take a look at the super chats here. Big Wig Energy, thoughts on Caspa? Big Wig Energy, we love you. If you had 1K to long and one token, yeah, couldn't answer that. Sam, all in chat. Sam wanted to say what style of trading is best. So I believe the best style of trading for a beginner trader is to swing trade on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. 3 to 5 day trades, sometimes maybe 1 week to 2 week trades, depending on how long they take. Understanding how to, learn your patience. And then what you can also be doing though is you can having a demo account, and you could be trading small amounts on smaller time frames too. Why I like the smaller time frame idea is just because it gives you a lot of time to see a lot of patterns, and you'll be able to put together a lot of patterns in a faster amount of time, and you can translate that to the bigger time frames. Or that can play out. So I've did that many times. Like I started trading, let's say the 1 hour and the 4 hour. I learned what falling wedges were, this and that. And look like recently we saw that falling wedge on the weekly, and it did play out on Bitcoin. Now, able to make a gigantic macro weekly call because I've traded the falling wedge in the 1 hour and the 15 minute for years. Then I translated that information to the weekly. So you can take this small time frames and even right now I'm teaching because there's someone out there that's listening to this, and that's gold to them. This is gold. This is good news. This is information. So I rack my subconscious brain during this live, and gems just will pop out throughout the live stream, just little things that I'm thinking about. Some of them are seem more common, but they're not spoken about enough. Proper risk management too. You got to have proper risk management. And what I mean by that is I want to trade this falling wedge for Dogechain. Number one, I want to have an entry at the places where the highest probability is. Highest probability is where there's divergence and where price action can come to the bottom of a channel. So I'd want this to come back down on the Stokes, and I'd like to see Dogechain come back down into this area. If it came in there, I'd be more apt to want to get down into the price to enter the price. Okay? Then I'd be looking at the 7, maybe the 5 for a bullish divergence. If I found that, I may enter here at the bottom trend line. Then I'm like, so now I'm in the trade. So now I didn't just enter the trade. I observed and found out where I believe the best place to get into the trade may be. Then I also say, well, if I'm going to get in here at the bottom of this trend line, then I can put my stop loss below the 200 SMA. I'm always trying to attempt to get my stop loss below the 200 SMA on any time frame that I'm using to get in on price action. The bigger the better, but anytime that can happen, it just gives you a higher probability that your stop loss won't get hit. This is another way to add probability to the trade for yourself, okay? These are things that other people just don't even realize, don't even see, and just bypass all the time. So because I wait for price action to get to the bottom of the trend line and for divergence, I may get the stop loss of a 482 below the 200 SMA. Otherwise, I may, this actually is pretty good. We have a lot of wiggle room here. I feel like we could still almost get a stop loss below there and enter now. And there's a 262. You don't get the 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Now, I have a risk-reward ratio. I'm always going for a risk-reward ratio. I need that risk-reward ratio. That's a 2.3, but I need it to be better than that. You see what I mean? I need it to be better than that. So I want this to be a 3 or 1 or better. And that's where this tool comes in, using this long tool to give me the proper ratio. So even when I use this tool right now, I'm teaching you. Because it kind of goes in with everything that I'm doing. If you go ahead and hit that like button, that would be great. Shout out to Mountain Man. We love you. Shout out to King Kush in the house. Shout out to Lakochi Coker. Super chats. SOPH on MEXC. We'll take a look at that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lifer dropping Alpha Daily. Shout out to Crypto Bear Baker. So so my whole system consists of proper risk management. This number, I don't get into a trade until I got a 3-to-1. I'll take a couple 2.5s. I'll push myself into a 2.8. It'll happen. but I won't go lower really than a 2.5. You know what I mean? Shout out to Zero Allegiance, just coming out of nowhere, gifting a membership. You're the man. God bless you, brother. We love you. Thank you so much. AGIX price prediction. You know, I'm looking for, I believe we get to a $5 trillion market cap. I believe we get to that $5 trillion mark. I really do. And if we get to the $5 trillion mark, where are we the highest at the historical snapshots? I'm trying to think, what's the height of the market? Was it April of 2021? When the market was just ripping? I mean, Bitcoin was 58,000. So it won't show you the whole market cap up here. It should do that for you. You know what I mean? Anyway, the market cap got to about $3 trillion. I think we can get to $3 billion, right? And you can see we have a $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. Ethereum was at a $241 billion. Binance Coin was at $54 billion. Ethereum would go to 4,000, so it would go higher. I can't remember if this was after or before, so I believe it was before. Cardano, 38 billion. XRP, 29 billion. I mean, you know, Uniswap. And so then, like, you get into the tens, and you see how many coins were above, let's just say, 10 billion. And you said there was 15 coins. So in the next bull run, you know, we're going to add another $2 trillion. So I say that we get 30 coins that have $10 billion market caps. You see, we double that, or maybe a little under. Yeah, maybe fine. Maybe like 25. All right, in comparison to that ratio. So we take a look at AGIX now. And to me, I compare AGIX to, you know, let's see, like, I mean, Chainlink has a $12.9 billion market cap. Theta has an 11.9. I believe AGIX could definitely get to the $12-15 billion market cap. Makes sense to me. You know, 20s and 30s may be a push, right? So you kind of start trying to figure out where AGIX sits in that market cap space. So we got a $269 million market cap at 21 cents. This goes to 2.9 billion, 2.6 billion, we're talking a 10x. All right. Now, if this can get all the way up to, let's just say, you know, you're talking, just like I said, maybe we get to that $15 billion level. We get to 10 billion. 26 billion is 100x on AGIX. If we get to $26 billion. So I firmly believe we can do a 50x. That would, you know, a 10x would be $2.10. And then you times that by about 5, which would be $10.50. So I believe we could see somewhere between an $8 to $10 AGIX sitting at about a, you know, $15 billion to $18 billion market cap. And that would be huge. Huge. So I'm going to look for a 30x and not go too hard. 25 to 30x. That's kind of my goal for AGIX right now. That's why I'm stacking so much at these levels. So, yeah. Speaking of that, I believe I'm going to go to MEXC and just grab a little more AGIX, you know. I keep wanting to buy a Rolex, and then I keep spending all my money on altcoins. And my mind keeps telling me, you can buy a Rolex in the next run. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right. I'll use that clean 318 and keep the 1,000 in tow. And I'll buy some more AGIX at this level. And I just like grabbing up coins, man, when people aren't paying attention. All right. If you like this coin prediction, come back to the channel any single time you want. We do this on live streams, all different times of stuff. We have so much information for you. We're live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. We'd love to see you there. Jump on in today. Yeah, we should definitely clip that out and make that just you know, and I should do more of those just by myself alone, price predictions for coins. You know what I mean? People want to know, like, where do you believe a coin could get to? What, you know, where do you get from that idea, you know? And that was very rough. I can sometimes do a more of a tighter market chart, you know, a tighter look at that. That was a very rough idea. You see what I mean? So we can get into I can deep dive that way better and like really go back in time, right? So not easy to do, but with Sam's motivation and the Lifer Group, I'm finding my way. Grateful to have this opportunity to step out of fear and live life more fully. Hey, I wouldn't be here if each and every one of you if I lived in a life of fear. If I said, hey, they're not going to listen to me. No one's going to care about me. My channel's never going to grow. It's going to be an uphill battle. And it is one of the toughest things you'll ever do every single day. Nobody cares. I personally desire a farm. Me too, man. Me too. 10K Rolex could potentially be 100,000. I agree. I appreciate you taking the time and looking at that, Sam. Anytime, man. You'll be able to buy 2 or more Rolex Lifer. Shout out to Jesus. We love you, man. Deep dive clips, brother. You would get a lot of traffic. Amen. I'm going to start doing deep dive clips all the time. I was doing them all the time. That was my, how the channel started, you know. The deep dive. Let's look at Sophiaverse. Sophiaverse just coming out on MEXC. Got to look at it on like a 5 or a 7 minute chart. So it just came out. Attempting to do that kind of Adam and Eve double bottom though. See that? Yoink, yoink. If it does that, that'd be kind of cool. So you're looking at this to be like kind of your Adam and this to be like a rounded bottom. I've seen this play out before and do something of that nature. Again, you even need a smaller time frame. This thing just came out. It's fresh off the meat market. Even like the 1 minute chart barely gets you what you need. But yeah, to me, it's trying to kind of make an Adam and Eve double bottom here. High risk. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. I don't know anything about it. Make it a bit of a falling wedge. Falling wedges do break up 68% of the time. Length of that base could be your move. I'd be looking at resistance pretty fast on something this risky. Unless I knew about it and I really knew what was up, why it launched, and I was all about it. That would be a completely different story, but I don't, you know, so. Possible double bottom here. Could it go lower? It could rug pull all the way to 0. This thing could, you never know. Be very, very careful. You know, I would personally. So it does say it could break to the upside, and it's starting to make this rounded area here. It's kind of a bullish divergence there as, you know, the RSI is pointing up, but it was pointing down there. That is a bullish div. That should be your bottom. I'll tell you what, if it can break above this resistance at 10.88, I mean, you got yourself a party here, or 10.4. Definitely something I'd be looking at there at about 10.954. You know, it breaks above there and retest, then, you know, you got yourself a move. Kind of an Adam and Eve right here. See that? That is an Adam in on the 1 minute time frame, but look at that. That has an Adam and Eve vibe to me. And then this kind of has an Adam and Eve vibe to me too. Wouldn't be surprised if it did pump up out of that Adam and Eve structure. So, but that's, to me, that's very high risk. But thank you so much for the super chat. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. Just entertainment, watching me draw, look up, you know, break down support and resistance areas, talk about VRVP. It does have a gap here on the VRVP too. And you're at the volume area low. Starting to get some traction right now to the upside. Yeah, that WLD coin freaks me out, man. It really does. People are like, it's getting a lot of volume. I'm like, yeah, but it's like stealing people's eyeballs. You know what I mean? It's pretty creepy. And it's doing it in impoverished nations where it can, like, take advantage. That's what you do. You have a cool idea, like, that's high tech and stuff. You know, people will be up in arms at, like, the Miami airport or whatever. So you do it, like, on the low, you know, in Haiti or somewhere. You know, it's like, it's horrible. They exploit these countries. And people don't know any better. And they say, oh, we'll give you $100. We'll give you $50. We'll give you $50 a world coin, you know. Keeping an eye on WorldCoin. Jesse, Jamie, you are too funny. Doug, Sam, thank you for calling Fat Pepe a rug yesterday after my super chat. I cashed after you called it in time. They canceled their Twitter account. Bless you, brother. Look at that, man. Doug, Sam. Yeah, man, that thing was horrible, man. We called it a rug. We didn't even have to go to the metrics. You know what I mean? Just look at the coin, man. Come on. And that's why I got to be careful, man. You know, I got to be careful. Watch BCB blockchain bets. Last time we took this thing up for a massive ride. It's got a bit of a cup and handle here, retesting the previous resistance. That's an SR flip. If it lowers that level, fine, you go lower. And we can kind of throw a fib on this as well. And to me, it's in that sweet spot, 706 wicked down to the 786. This thing could make a move. This thing really doesn't care. The daily looks pretty good to me. I'd be watching BCB. I think I may have just tripped over a possible gainer. Candles look thick to me too, spread's all right. So we'll do a Casper price prediction. If you already have, I'll search for it. Now I'm going to do a Casper price prediction. I'll do one. I got to do one like today or tomorrow, honestly. Sean, we love you. Jamie, we love you. Lakochi, we love you. Every day, let's strive for another way to push the channel. There's got to be a new way to do it. There's got to be something we can do. Rack our brains, push ourselves to the limit. The only channels that are going to survive are the ones that go all the way. We're not gifted tomorrow. We're not gifted anything. We have to create our destiny every single day as a team. We really do. We got to recreate ourselves. We got to keep doing something different. Like, you see, we keep changing up. We keep going forward. We are not guaranteed success. We have to make it happen every single day. I feel like we do a great job, but we got to keep pushing every single day. Even me, I say this just to inspire myself and let me know how hard it is. It's not easy. Nothing is easy. The second someone tells you it's easy, get away from them. One thing my dad used to tell me all the time. So this thing's right near the golden pocket. Last time we put this thing out, it went huge. And I haven't looked at it. I've left it alone for I don't know, about a week now, watching it retest and reset on the Fibonacci levels. Blockchain bets. A little bit of blockchain bets. I don't know them. I don't like put out a coin because the companies I don't do any of that. I just want to make that clear. I just do technical analysis, and if my TA says, hey, that looks interesting, then I take it. You know what I mean? Bitcoin sitting at 29,200, pretty flat. And I believe, from years of doing this, charts convey to me that we will have more flat price action based on the Fed meeting tomorrow. We got Fed meeting tomorrow. I have to live stream tomorrow again, probably. We're going to have the Fed minutes and all that. We should know by early in the morning, and then they're going to come out with what he says. A lot of people think this will be the last rate hike of the year. We kind of want to see what so a lot kind of weighs on the meeting. This could be the last rate hike, which people will if that comes out and then he says that, then this rate hike will almost act like a double law. Like it'll go double bullish for us. So tomorrow could be a crazy day. Bitcoin could explode back over 30K. It could be nuts. Last few times we've had a massive pump and then a dump. So we'll see. They pumped the price up and then they've dumped the price down. So we will see. But there's going to be volatility tomorrow for sure, in my humble opinion. Already a 1% here that they're going to raise the rates. Last time this was already at like a 96 when we were raising the rates again. I can't believe how fast we are to this date. I just remember it was just June. We were just going over this. And I was like, and I always like, all right, thank God we get a month off until the next rate hike. Now we got the same thing coming up. We got the rate hike coming on in. People are freaking out. It's going to raise the market energy. It's going to raise the volatility. So tomorrow I'm going to be all over it. We're going to be here today. We're here today. We're going to be here tomorrow at the same time as we are today. But we're going to be breaking it down. And then I'm also probably going to be covering, Chair Powell. So it's a busy week for me, for sure. So we were on Sin City yesterday. There was talks about me being on Sin City again. There's a chance I could swing it. I'll talk to Rob. I could end my my webinar probably about 1:45, something like that. And then I could swing over to the Sin City crypto channel if they, so. But I'll text him and let him know, and we'll see how that goes. I'll give him a call or something. So blockchain bets on the falling wedge to the upside could make some gains. Bitcoin dominance too could be kind of swinging our way or not. We want to see what's happening with these altcoins. We got this falling, broadening wedge, which over time does play out to the upside. So we could see that. I don't know why that's double thick, right? We lost that trend line out of that symmetrical triangle. Nice dump back to the downside. And I'm just going to look at it again fresh. Like I get jumbled from my old work, and I like to just look at it, I don't know, nice and clean again, if that's okay. I go to the weekly chart. I take a look here, and we see this beautiful double bottom for Bitcoin, right? A resistance here too as well, and a resistance here, and a resistance here. I gotta get off this like elevator music, man, you know? It's bringing down my energy. I gotta get that BPM up. I gotta get that feeling, you know? 120 BPM, like this song is a 120 BPM. I like that, I need that. That's like the key for me. I found I know what type of beats I need. I know what type of beats keep me moving, right? It's about that energy, keeping the vibration high, man, keeping the vibes high. Music is a form of vibration. Definitely keeps the vibes high, you know? So we have resistance like you wouldn't believe. This is that level that we kept talking about. We can't, you know, and we broke right above it. And so now, even the weekly coming back down and staying pretty strong. So Bitcoin dominance is hanging in there. People are just showing signs that they want more Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is really, you know, that ETF, all that, I believe we're going to see that play out. It just got announced. It has to get baked into the market. People have to start respecting that feeling and getting back into the zone. So I'm watching this though, and this weekly is setting up for a bigger move for Bitcoin dominance. There's also a gap. Look at this big gap in the VRVP we're in. It tells me that Bitcoin dominance can get up to 61%. And when Bitcoin does rip and starts to fly, I mean, people are going to wow out. I don't think people realize how crazy it's going to get. Right now, it's a calm summer, back and forth price action. They're getting things ready for the ETF. They have everything right where they want it. They're going to come back into session, blow through quarter 3 and 4. We're going to come into the weekly. We're going to come into that Bitcoin halving about the second quarter of 2024. It's going to be insane. I can't believe it. I can't believe we've made it this far. Shout out to everybody that kicked it with me this whole time as we approach the precipice of the beginnings of how this whole thing starts to begin to play out, you know, and the technical analysis has been there the whole way and really formed and helped us see where we were going, right? 3-day chart also coming back down to oversold regions, not losing a lot and respecting this previous resistance. As long as Bitcoin dominance stays above 48.95, I mean, yikes, this thing could just do its thing. So we're looking at this kind of consolidation for Bitcoin dominance. See if we can kind of just stay inside this range before a bigger move further to the upside. Very interesting. Little oversold today. It says like Bitcoin will trip up a little bit, but you got a shoulder ahead. Possible kind of right shoulder forming so you can get yourself back up to the top of this channel for Bitcoin. Watching that 4-hour and that daily, you know, and both are getting into the oversold pocket. And look, shoulder, head, inverted head and shoulder there for Bitcoin dominance too as well. Always brings me to US Tether dominance. I like to take a look at that and just see kind of what the market's suggesting, what's going on. Is our previous, you know, what we saw before. So before, man, we kind of the shoulder, this head and this right shoulder. We could still kind of call it a complex. We could call that a shoulder, that a shoulder, that a head, that a shoulder, that a shoulder, you know. It's got the complex head and shoulder vibe. I'm not, you know, over it 100. I'm not saying it's gone 100%, right? And then even this gives me head and shoulder vibes, right? You got a shoulder, a bit of a head, and a right shoulder here, a larger head and shoulder pattern, all right? So now going forward, right? We formed this symmetrical triangle that we kind of pointed out recently. And look, we broke out of it. Price action got tight in the wedge. You knew it was going to have to make a decision. That's what I love about technical analysis. It puts price action so tight in the wedge. Eventually, you're going to have to see a move. Like, there's going to have to be a move there. And this is why I use technical analysis. Because if you didn't use TA, then how would you know when the move was going to happen? Right? And TA doesn't tell you, hey, it's going to happen Tuesday, 12 p.m., you know, 12:34 p.m. And, you know, but what it does tell you is, hey, price action is getting really tight in the range. That's the 8-hour channel. That maybe 4 or 5 more 8-hour candles. We're looking at a 32 to 40-hour range, and something's going to happen. You know, you're able to kind of predict and see where price action is likely going to go. You know, so we wanted this move down on tether dominance. Tether dominance is funny too, though. They could print more tether, and you get a little tether dominance because they have more tether, right? But then you want to see that switch back into Bitcoin. So right now, what I see is tether dominance is inside of this larger symmetrical triangle, and it's attempting to bounce off the bottom of this trend line here to the upside, right? On the 8-hour time frame, it had a nice bullish divergence here. This whole swing up, while this kind of swung down, it did play off that, and it's attempting to break this high. If tether dominance can break above the level it's at right now, which is like a resistance, 744, maybe it goes further to the upside, all right? You see? And just, I take off the moving averages and I just really look at price action. And it's funny, it's the old falling wedge that has the break up and break back inside. It's kind of like Bitcoin did recently too, which is weird, right? So this suggests that we could get a break back to the upside. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. And it's getting overbought at resistance. We'd love to see tether dominance just kind of continue to fall further down here and drop out of this channel. So bear scenarios, this is like a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. And we eventually will break out of this head and shoulder pattern from the neckline and down out of this to the downside. So we'd love to see if tether dominance couldn't get back above 745, begins to struggle here. Now I slap on the moving averages, and again, just like everything else, I can flag out tether dominance on the 4-hour, and it should make some type of falling wedge here. This, the thing is, that could break on out. So I'll watch both of these, and if you get an M pattern and this gets rejected, things of that nature, it gives you a higher probability that Bitcoin's going to break out later that week. And we've used tether dominance with Bitcoin dominance in Bitcoin to get a pretty good understanding of where we believe the market's going to go. So it's a pretty nifty little exchange of information, because think about it, if tether dominance is going to make a huge pump and Bitcoin dominance is going to let go, Bitcoin dominance drops for 2 reasons. One, Bitcoin drops and people sell out of altcoins and they end up into Bitcoin because they want to lose less money, because Bitcoin doesn't drop as bad as altcoins, but the whole market's dropping. So Bitcoin dominance drops, even though people are jumping into Bitcoin a little bit. Sometimes it can put Bitcoin dominance can actually go up a little bit right then, actually. So Bitcoin dominance goes up even when Bitcoin goes down and people are jumping out of their altcoins into Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance also goes up when Bitcoin just steals the show and just goes up, right? And people sell out of altcoin, everything into Bitcoin. See? So you want to see if Bitcoin dominance is about to rise, but tether dominance is about to drop. It's a good sign. So I like to go to them on the daily and see if they're cross-referenced. Right now, we see that we're getting into the overbought region on tether dominance, right? But we're getting into the oversold region for Bitcoin dominance, telling us that it seems to me, based on this chart and the idea of the probabilities, that we're going to get a push up in Bitcoin dominance and a push down in tether dominance. Doesn't say it may be huge. It might go all the way up here to like 51.67, but the charts are starting to convey to me like there could be a Bitcoin move back up, right? That also would basically tell me that, hey, Bitcoin's going to get a move to the upside. So by using this equation of all these different assets together, all these different tickers, I'm able to kind of get a pretty good view of what's happening in the market and get a sense of the probability of where we're going to go, right? I'm not 100%, but we've been pretty dang good doing this, So this tells me that something's brewing for Bitcoin. And, it's Tuesday. By next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, next week, somewhere by August 1st, 2nd, or 3rd area, we should see a change in, Bitcoin should be getting a bit of a move to the upside. That's what these suggest, but there's no guarantees. That's just what the probability of what the charts suggest. Okay? XCAD's been on the radar. It's been getting a bit of a move. Will it continue? That's what everybody wants to know. The XCAD network on MEXC Global and on KuCoin. So the daily says I'm very overbought. So I'm just seeing this beautiful bull. I draw the fibs and the fallen wedge and just kind of wait and see. That would be a beautiful retest. And maybe it holds this bounce area too. It never goes that low. But something I'll be watching closely is XCAD for a pullback here after that nice move to the upside. Trades take time, Trades take time. The more patient you are, the more you begin to build, the more you use alerts, the more you start to see things before they happen, the more you project, the higher your probabilities are to make gains. Just wanted to hook you up with something that I know that looks highly likely for a move here, and it's CUDOS, okay? It's consolidating very, very nicely, all right? It's got tight moving averages. It's oversold on the daily time frame. The MACD has lack of bearish momentum, and this thing has been looking good. It's also been on token metrics, so it's been getting a bit of love, and there's a bit of a buzz going on for CUDOS. It's an AI token, right? Can be found in the AI category on token metrics. And if we take this wick to wick here, you can see that it already kind of revisited pretty close to this 618 area, bounced off the 0.5 fib. If you took this fib from here and say, fine, that was your impulse, it bounced already off the 786. Fibonacci got really close to the 618. So I like the healthy market structure. It's above this point of control here. It's aggressively pointing up on the daily time frame. I've been watching it now for about, 5 or 6 days, maybe 8 days. CUDOS on the radar. That's a freebie from the charts that I look at every single day. So, hey, write it down, observe it. Even if you just observe it and you watch it, so you can understand what I'm looking for, why there's a high probability of this breaking out. You have falling volume and falling price. You have tight moving averages. You have the RSI also inside of a flag. See, when I can flag out the RSI itself, it's a good sign. Everything looks really healthy to me for a move. Many times I've seen this curve up like that, and I've seen a massive move. The moving averages being very tight is a good sign to me too, and being above the point of control. So I got all these little tips and tricks that I look for, and I look for them all to be settled. I have this, do I see this? Yes. Do I see that? Yes. I love this because there was years where I had none of this, and I was just kind of winging it on the MACD a little bit of RSI, and I slowly began to find my style. And once you find your trading style, you can finally just breathe, because you know how you're going to attack the market every single time. And now it's about finding the coin and the opportunity that you're looking for. And that's to me, that's the fun part. When strategy isn't there, it's not as fun to search and look for the coins. But once strategy is there, the search becomes a lot more entertaining, So CUDOS is a small market cap, high risk, high reward there, but I like what I'm seeing there. So CUDOS, baby, CUDOS, right? And I don't have a cold or anything. Just breathing in little feather hairs, something like that. Don't tell me to get better over here. I'm all right. Anyway, CUDOS looks pretty nice to me on the move there. Everyone's wondering, Litecoin. Will Litecoin get this push to the upside? It broke out. It seems to be retesting the top of this trend line, in my humble opinion. Resistance, coming back down for a possible retest, right? Inside of a falling wedge. Could it break out of this wedge to the upside? That's what I kind of have half drawn here. Target to 133. Based on what we've seen, the high came in from the halving already at this 113 area. Possible double top up there, Is that a bearish divergence too? Is that swinging up while that swings down? It kind of is. Look at that. Even that's a bearish divvy. Says you could get a bounce. How big the bounce is the question. I'd take profits at 115 if we got so lucky. Am I going to trade Litecoin? No, I don't think so. I got excited for the halving, it might be a fun little swing trade, but it just didn't pan out as I was hoping it would. All right. Back to BTC, pretty flat now. They're kind of holding it in a holding pattern here. The daily looks like it wants to bounce, in my humble opinion. So daily attempting to get green, 1 hour wanting to make a rounded move here. And so far, that 15-minute is attempting to retest or, you know, I guess break out again. Not retest, I guess break out from this falling wedge. Very strange price action. Very strange price action. Like, you have resistances. Now you're dealing with this resistance again. But you broke out. You went right back below it. You didn't hit the bottom of the trend line, though. You just chose to hit this level here, which was a resistance right there. I get it. Resistance. You came and retested that area. But, like, the 15-minute has to come and break this high and at least come and kiss this 200 SMA. I wouldn't trade any of this chop until we see what happens tomorrow with the Fed meeting. You know what I mean? Unless I see like a flag in a really small time frame, I would not trade any of this chop. So just be careful is all I'm saying, you know? So oh my gosh. So let's jump on into the news, and then we're, you know, we can call it kind of a day for this beautiful, beautiful day. Bitcoin looks uncertain. Someone playing games. I was so sick yesterday, a little today, but Sam and I coughed at the same time. That's funny, man. Don't let the incoming tridemic get you down, legend. I know, right? I'm sure they will email you soon. It's still early in the week. Are you in the 99 trading group yet? The class is $60 if you are. Yeah, jump on in the BioMex. Way overdue. Much love. Shout out to the $50 super chat from BioMex. Tex-Mex, BioMex, the Bionic Mexican. My man, we love you. We thank you for your constant love and support ever since the day I met you in Austin, Texas. I've been blessed to have you in the trading group. Blessed to see you're actually posting gains too. Like, you actually took it seriously. Not everyone does that. So I was super proud to see that. I think you saw how serious and driven I was when you met me in Austin, Texas. But it was fun to be around the United States. It was fun to meet other people. BioMex, I love you, brother. I consider you a brother for life, man, and I can't wait to have you with me at more pool until I can finally maybe get lucky. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat, and may God bless you and your family. Givers gain all day long, man. I've been giving, and look what happened to me. I'm going to keep giving. I'm not going to stop. $81 in chat revenue today, 460 people on the live, 373 likes. Let's get those likes up to the watchers, baby. Let's do it. And so, look, that 15-minute is getting the pump back to the upside. Love to get it back above this resistance, which is going to be 20,200, 29,002. Can we stay above it? And I still see a pump up to this 200 SMA. It just wants it so bad. They're just like, oh, Sammy gave away the sauce. We got to wreck everyone first, and then we're going to bring it back up again, you know? Anyway, so I'd watch Bitcoin pump up likely to this 200 SMA, unless it makes an M pattern here at 29,341. It's got to break this high here that started this downtrend inside of the divergence for us to even start talking bullishly. And I'm attempting to see if it could ever break back inside of the bullish megaphone, and this could end up just being kind of like a wick on the weekly. But we will see. Only time will tell. We desperately need to get back above 30,300. We desperately need to get back above this support here. Look at this support. You know, wicked, bounce, 29,800. So, like, we have some prices to get back above here to remain bullish. You know, we may actually go lower. So we're going to take it one day at a time here for Bitcoin. As long as we stay above the bigger moving averages, as I said before, I don't freak out. So I want to make that clear as well. And we're going to take it one step at a time. It's an uncertain time for Bitcoin. And we got the Fed meeting tomorrow. We want to see how that reacts to the market. There will be volatility. They're going to use it to make people who are emotional act funny. So you're going to see the market act funny. So you might as well just get some popcorn and watch it. You don't have to trade. It's like your emotions will get even more heightened in that sense. And you will make even, I believe, worse decisions because of the over heightened emotions. So shout out to Master Friend. Thanks for your blessings, bro. Shout out to Jesse Cox. God bless you, brother. And yes, shout out to my man, Justin. Ducati announces its first digital collectible on XRP Ledger. Ducati has partnered with XRP. Pretty cool. For its first ever NFT launch, Ducati has announced the launch of its first ever digital collectible on the XRP Ledger. The Bologna-based motorcycle manufacturer digital collectible consists of video sequence of Ducati logos on the tanks of motorcycles produced since 1946. Ducati CEO Claudio Domenicali affirmed the significance of the Web3 innovations in providing fans with an immersive brand experience. Entering Web3 is another way to get closer to the Ducati community by further extending the number of services offered to them. It also represents an opportunity to meet and make ourselves known to a new community of NFT enthusiasts, giving them the opportunity to live unique Ducati-style experiences and collect the digital assets that we develop exclusively for this new dimensional brand. I love it. I'd get one. I like Ducati. I like motorcycles. I could see it happen. I'm into it. I got an ant on my foot. We always get ants in the summer because my house is like surrounded. It just tends to happen. Avalanche Foundation creates $50 million incentive program to purchase tokenized assets. I didn't do like the news, so I got to turn off the music. I'll be right back with the news. Why not do it right? Hi, my name is Samuel James Price, and every single day I do the Crypto Lifer Show, and we go over the news, 3 to 5 minute segments that kind of get you going and get you started. I like to see when legacy brands that have been around for a long time start doing stuff on, with big companies like XRP and Ducati, which announced its first digital collectible on the XRP ledger. This is how Web3 connects. This is how the blockchain gives opportunity for older companies to recreate themselves, rebrand, and get it back and stay relevant into the mix. Very smart idea for them to do this. I think this collectible would be cool. It's Ducatis on, gas tanks. This is awesome. And it's on the XRP ledger. Super awesome, super cool to see that. Avalanche Foundation creates $50 million incentive program to purchase tokenized assets. The Avalanche Foundation will use up to $50 million to purchase assets tokenized on the Avalanche blockchain. It'll use up to $50 million to purchase the assets tokenized on the blockchain to move in a move meant to showcase the utility of creating on-chain digital representation of real-world things. Dubbed Avalanche Vista, the program will consider assets across the full liquidity spectrum, including equity, credit, real estate, and commodities. Asset tokenization isn't just the future of capital markets, it's a crucial driver of the present. Ava Labs President John Wu said in a statement, "The groundswell of momentum across institutions building on-chain has been astounding, and the Avalanche Foundation is taking a big leap forward in this initiative." I was looking at AVAX this morning inside of a giant falling wedge. Come to my live stream, check it out. And the WL token slumps amid crypto community unease. Concerns amid privacy, security, and reported connections to Sam Bankman-Fried and 3 Hours Capital have raised eyebrows into the crypto community. The crypto token tied to the WorldCoin identity verification project surged after Monday's launch, only to see the initial gains erased as the crypto community expressed concerns about the project co-founded by OpenAI's Sam Altman. The token climbed as high as $3.58 on exchanges yesterday before slumping to $1.92 overnight before rebounding. It was traded recently more than 25% as the low. And the guy told you that they could keep selling above $2 and the price will always come back. And they'll be able to buy it back below $2 again every time. So, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. It did exactly like he said it was going to. Pretty weird. I don't want anything to do with it. I was asked about it yesterday on Sin City Crypto. It wasn't my thing. And so, Forrest gave you a full-blown no as well, which is also on Twitter, on Sin City Crypto's Twitter. You want to check that out. We weren't about it. I'm not about it. And, I'm with the community, man. Let's get, let's move on from this weird orb. Anyway, and that's your news for the day. And Bitcoin is flat, too, as well. If you want to add Bitcoin in there at 29,200. Desperately needs to get back above this key level here at 29,008, really to remain bullish, which was this bullish megaphone. Right now it's sitting sideways here on the 15-minute, attempting to try to come out of this pattern that it was making. It broke out, broke back inside. Bit of a falling wedge here in attempting to break out of the falling wedge. The only good thing I see here is these tight, well, not only good, but one thing I see happening that could be bullish is these tight moving averages could move up to the 200 SMA. We need Bitcoin to break through 29,336. And there's that weekly area at 30,300 that I will keep talking about till we get back above it again. And that's your Bitcoin update for the day. That's your news for the day. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. This was the Crypto Lifer Show. Baby. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Let's jump on in. Thanks for all the fan funding. Shout out to the Biomex, $49.99. That's an amazing super chat, $50 super chat. Casper price prediction, we will be doing that. If you had a 1K token, a long one token for the whole bull run, couldn't answer that question. Sorry about that. We went over SOPH, just came out, MEXC AI. We talked about Casper. We talked about new traders ideas. Yeah, we appreciate you all. God is awesome. Good morning. God is awesome. We love you for saying that. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I'm happy that I got to see that. Oh, look, I actually can like the super chats. I never realized that. And each and one of you gets this cool little like. And it's the Lifer logo too, with a little bit of a heart. So that's awesome. Everybody, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. That's Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. We also have the Fed meeting tomorrow. We will brace ourselves. I'll look around to see if there's anything poking around. But for the most part, we're going to watch the markets and be weary until after that Fed hike and see what they have to say too. And I'll be live streaming twice tomorrow again. We'll be live like we always are with the 1 minute chart posted, ready to rock. So shout out to the 400 beautiful souls still in the live. I love each and every one of you. I am so grateful to have you in my life. I'm grateful to have this YouTube channel and to have everything that I do have. May I continue to have everything, and may things continue to go well. May I stay very humble and grateful for all the things in my life. Amen. Thank you, dear Lord. So I can't wait to see you tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. This is a great Tuesday, July 25th, 2023. And I'll see you tomorrow on another beautiful live stream. Thank you so much. Gratitude is the attitude. I can only say thank you a million times, but I wish there was another way I could express it, and I will in other ways. But may God bless you all. Thank you again. I'll see you tomorrow.